3 months ago, my wife Sarah and I moved into a cozy house on Elmwood Lane in the quiet town of Crestview, Oregon. It was October 2024, and we were ready for a fresh start after Sarah's 20-year military career. She was adjusting to civilian life, a transition I knew wasn't easy, though she carried it with a calm strength that always amazed me. Our new home, with its sprawling backyard perfect for Sarah's gardening, sat on the edge of the Crestview Estate's HOA boundary, thanks to a 1990 grandfather clause that kept us free from their rules. Little did we know, this small detail would ignite a neighborhood war that would change everything. Sarah was a mystery, even to me sometimes. She'd wake at dawn for her precise workout routine, tend her garden with military discipline, and move through life with quiet confidence. But there were hints of her past. She kept Gardita locked display case in our living room, always draped with a cloth, and cryptic phone calls answered with a crisp, "Yes, sir." Situation stable. When I asked, she'd smile and say, "When I'm ready, love." I trusted her, but I sensed there was more to her story. Enter Karen Mitchell, a 55-year-old real estate agent who ruled the HOA like a queen. Recently widowed, she channeled her need for control into enforcing community standards with an iron grip. At first, she seemed friendly, but her questions about Sarah's military background felt invasive, like she was sizing us up. Karen had done some digging, probably a quick Google search, and assumed Sarah was a vulnerable veteran, easy to pressure into joining her HOA. She couldn't have been more wrong. It started with a 50-page HOA packet dropped on our doorstep, demanding a $2,500 fee and compliance with their rules. Sarah dissected it like a battle plan, her notes meticulous. "Our deed proves we're exempt," she told me, her voice steady but sharp. When Karen pushed harder with official-looking emails about mandatory compliance, Sarah countered with property surveys and city codes, dismantling Karen's arguments with surgical precision. I could see Karen's frustration growing. She wasn't used to losing. But Karen didn't back down. She escalated, spreading rumors that Sarah's refusal to join was a threat to community safety. She even claimed Sarah's garden encroached on HOA land, demanding a $1,000 fine. Sarah produced legal documents proving every inch was ours, leaving Karen humiliated. Still, Karen organized a neighborhood meeting, painting us as outsiders endangering property values. Sarah attended, armed with facts, and turned the room in her favor, exposing Karen's tactics as petty bullying. Neighbors who'd feared Karen began to whisper their own stories of her intimidation. The tension built like a storm. Sarah was compiling evidence emails, fake violation notices, witness accounts like she was preparing for war. Karen, desperate, sent a letter from a supposed community legal board, threatening to annex our property. Sarah's quick call to the state bar confirmed it was a fraud. "She's crossed a line," Sarah said, her eyes cold but calm. I overheard her late-night calls. Situation escalating. May need intervention. Who was she talking to? And why was she so unshaken? Karen's final move was her undoing. She called the police, reporting Sarah as an unstable veteran with combat training who refused HOA integration, implying she was a danger. She stood at her window, phone ready to record Sarah's downfall. But Sarah was ready. The night before, she'd called someone she simply called Dad, saying, "She's involving law enforcement. Let her make her mistake." When two officers, young Officer Daniels and grizzled Sergeant Carter, a veteran himself, arrived for a welfare check, the air crackled with tension. Karen strutted over, declaring, "I called. She's uncooperative, potentially dangerous." But Sarah's calm demeanor and military ID shifted everything. Sergeant Carter's eyes widened as he radioed, "Confirm identity, Sarah Reynolds." The response, "Sergeant Major, Medal of Honor recipient." In an instant, both officers snapped to attention, saluting Sarah with reverence. Karen's jaw hit the ground. Her plan had backfired spectacularly. Then came the knockout blow. A supervisor's car rolled up, and out stepped Chief Robert Reynolds, Sarah's father. "Hello, darling," he said, his voice warm but his eyes like steel as he turned to Karen. The truth hit like a grenade. Karen had targeted the police chief's daughter, a war hero. Body camera footage, Sarah's evidence, and neighbor testimonies painted a damning picture of Karen's harassment. She was charged with false reporting, veteran harassment, and abuse of emergency services. As she was cuffed, The neighborhood watched, her reputation in ashes. The fallout was swift. Karen's HOA reign ended, her job vanished, and her social circle evaporated. The viral story, Woman Harris's Medal of Honor hero, made her a pariah. She faced 18 months probation, a $6,000 fine, and 500 hours at a VA hospital. Meanwhile, Sarah's grace shone brighter. She joined the VA, advocating for veterans, and our neighborhood became a beacon of community support, with property values soaring. But the real twist came a year later. At the VA, Karen met wounded veterans whose sacrifices humbled her. One day, in a grocery store, she apologized to me, tears in her eyes. "I was wrong about Sarah. I'm trying to make amends." Sarah, ever gracious, forgave her, helping Karen find redemption through service. Our community thrived, but the question lingers. Can someone like Karen truly change? Should she be forgiven after such malice? Or does justice demand she carry her shame forever? Comment below, what would you do? Like and subscribe for more stories of triumph and redemption.